So the Boston Bruins beat the Anaheim Ducks 3-1, and this was a little bit of a barn burner, but at the very least, Bruins didn't play great tonight. I thought the Ducks were all over them. You could probably argue for 2.5 periods the Ducks were the better team. They got a lot of shots on net, a lot of great chances, but Ullmark, he shut the door. He was phenomenal tonight. He is proving doubters like myself. I'll always own my takes that, hey, he might come back down to earth, and it's very early, but he looks extremely good. And the tandem of Ullmark and Swayman, and it's seeming like Swayman's even taking the next step, which is a scary thing to even think about for other teams. The Bruins are going to win a lot of games, probably, 2-3 goals, but they'll be able to do that because of the superb goaltending. Now, Gibson also made some big stops. The defense, I think at times you're seeing some pretty poor defensive play by the Bruins, like not throughout the whole game, but just a shift or two. Lindholm, to me, thus far this season has been very Jekyll and Hyde. Like, he'll make a very good play, and then he'll just make a play where it's like, what are you doing? And some people might be concerned. We just paid him a lot of money, and he's got a lot of years left on his contract. You don't want to see regression there, and I completely understand that. It's very early in the season, though. I think they're going to have time to kind of iron out some of the kinks, and the Bruins are currently undefeated, so can't complain too much. Let me go into the scoring, and then I'll go into a little bit more of a synopsis. There would be no scoring in the first and second. In the third period, the Anaheim Ducks would start it off. McTavish over to Strome with a nice low shot on net, and it was a good save by Ullmark, but then McTavish would bury home the garbage. Ducks go up 1-0, and you're like, oof, that's not a great look. But the Bruins, they would strike back pretty quick. And who else? The fan favorite, Matthew Poitras, gets his first NHL goal. Geeky, we find Poitras streaking through the slot. Pretty much an empty net shot. And yeah, that's his first one. He was excited. He was so happy to get that goal. But the rookie, the kid, he would get the game-winning goal as well. About 4 minutes later on in that period, Jabrusque would take a shot on net. Rebound right to Poitras. Poitras buries this past Gibson, and we're now up 2-1. The kid came through. The reason why the Bruins won this game, Matt Poitras just kind of had a nose for his net. And a great YouTuber in the name of Low Quality Bruins Fan talked about it a lot with Poitras. It seemed like he felt comfortable on the boards, like off to the side, but he started sticking his nose in the dirty areas, and that's how he's going to be productive. I think for a kid like him that he's a rookie. He's going to have to learn, probably got away with certain things at the OHL level because you're not playing like grown men. But I've been really impressed. I think this is another good game for Poitras, and I think he's going to be staying up with the big squad. Last goal of the game would be Coyle to Marchand on an empty net goal, and Bruins win this game 3-1. I just have to mention again, Ullmark played spectacular, made some really big saves. This is a game I don't think the Bruins should have won, but due to Ullmark being very steady in net, they do win this game. Poitras, I'm just going to kind of do a little bit of conversation regarding him. Poitras is a phenomenal rookie, and is he going to win the Calder? I don't think so, but he's very smart and calm with the puck. Now, there's some areas in his game he needs to improve. I'd like to see him be a bit more aggressive. I think Low Qual was kind of on the nose with that. If Poitras can be far more aggressive in the offensive zone and kind of put himself in those dirty areas, I think he'll be rewarded for it. And he's got a really good shot. You get him, top of the circles, from around the face-off dot, in high-quality scoring chances. I think this kid has the potential to score around 20 goals. I mean, if he just keeps at it. And you saw a little bit of a different line combination. It was Zacha, Pasta, Marchand. I like that quite a bit. Not much came from it, but it looked okay in certain offensive possessions. I think the Bruins are trying to find their offensive identity. That we're kind of relying on a rookie to come in and be a top six center, and that's a lot to ask. But I think, while I don't believe the Bruins have as much offense due to Krejci and Bergeron being retired now, I think they might be better physically because of the bigger bodies they have. Like, I like Morgan Geeky's name. I like Morgan Geeky. I like his name, but I like his play quite a bit. He's a big physical guy. Like, when he set up that assist, it's just a lot of strength and very smart hockey. I liked what I saw from him from Seattle. Am I saying he's going to be like a prolific scorer? No, but he's a guy you definitely want to have in your middle six. Frederick has looked pretty good thus far in this season, and JVR, I was a little bit skeptical of him coming in, but the way he plays and how much production he's been showing early on with the Bruins, and just I think it's a really nice addition to this team. Milan Lucic did not play. Brown was in the lineup, so the fourth line, Beecher, Brown, and Lauko. Lauko looked a little bit better tonight. Beecher, he's a guy I'm kind of becoming a fan of. I watched him in Providence, and I thought, he was solid, but he's like perfect in that fourth line center role. And, I'm just so glad we're getting some youth. And the coaching staff showing so much faith in such a young player to be on the penalty kill is huge, and he's extremely effective at it. Now, any kind of negative things I have to say, I think defensively Bruins need to clean up some things, and offensively they need to find their game. They find it in stretches. Like there's back-to-back games where they score 2 goals within about 60 seconds or so or less. The Bruins definitely have the ability to score goals. I just think it's going to take a little bit time to mesh and figure out like how other players play and just getting that chemistry with their line mates. And, again, Allmark, fantastic. Bruins are off to a very strong start. And you could argue it's not the strongest schedule, but hey, that's who they're playing. 5-0 on the season, number 1 in the Atlantic. The dream of 82-0 lives on. And as for the Ducks, I liked what I saw. Saw some really good fight from them. Minchkov, defenseman for the Ducks. His name was talked about quite a bit. He was very active, very good from the point. I liked his game quite a bit. The Ducks got a really nice young talent. I mean, I know people talk about Seagrass and Terry. I mean, I don't know if people really think of Terry as super young anymore, but McTavish. They have a lot of young guys in Anaheim that about 3, 4, 5 years. They should be back to being a competitive team where they're not considered like a laughing stock. But this was a good win for the Bruins on a back-to-back. And yeah, they found a way to pull through. It was a little ugly at times, but they found a way. If you guys enjoyed this video, I appreciate if you drop a like, comment, and subscribe. And before I get out of here, who stood out to you the most in this game? I'm Captain Paul. I'll see you in the next one.
The Bruins to a 2-1 victory in